y'all, it's Seb,
And Altair.
and we're here for the final installment of our epic tale in this war between the gods.
Literally a war at this point.
Yeah, they're fighting each other.
We're in the middle of it. It's kind of crazy.
We've gone through all of this. We're in the middle of it. They're both turning their ire on us because they realize we did it. And then, as we said, something surprising and wonderful happened.
Oh my god, it was like a literal godsend.
Yeah, actually. Because something roared. And usually when something roars, Seb is like, uh-oh, we in trouble.
You know, through this whole journey, it's been like a spirit bear or, ice mares, stuff like that.
But this time, it was the main man, Ipac.
Number 1 on our list.
Number 1 by far on our list. Sorry, Aga, we love you.
And Nagi, you're cool.
And Borga, you were okay.
But Ipac sits above them all.
Yeah, he does. And so, the world burst into auroras, and he shows up, and he's all bright and blaring mane and shiny yellow eyes, and he's staring down at those two, and they're just gulp.
Yeah, literally, I thought I heard them gulp.
Yeah. So it turns out, they're terrified of Ipac.
Yeah, and I mean, we all think about these guys being, on the same level.
Nope. Mm-mm. They're terrified of that guy. Apparently, he can smite them, and they can't do much about it.
Mm-hmm. And just, it was instant. He just descended, and they froze.
Yeah, they froze. And then, like we said, he doesn't really talk so much as he thinks it, and this warm and powerful voice comes over you. And it's a little fatherly because it sounded super disappointed, but not necessarily angry. And everyone knows that disappointed is worse than angry.
Oh yeah, totally worse than angry.
So he's like, this will not do. This violence, this anger, and this fighting will solve nothing. You may do as you wish usually, but I cannot allow it this time. I cannot let your squabbles catch up these poor souls. I think he was talking about us. We're pretty sure he was talking about us. We didn't question it too hard since he'd literally saved our lives.
Mm-hmm. We were kind of putting a little bit of distance between us and the other two.
Yeah, we were edging back to that shrine.
Mm-hmm. With Zoom in tow.
Yeah, poor Caesar needed rescue. And that's why we were time to run.
Mm-hmm.
We don't get to win this fight. What were we thinking, Seb? What were you thinking?
I thought it was pretty epic.
Mm-hmm. And then Ipac turns his big focus on us, and we're like, oh, okay, we can listen to the main man. He's in charge here.
Yeah, so we stop.
Mm-hmm. And he's like, I will ensure that you get to make your choice. But first, you should have some idea of what's going on. This poor soul is the spirit of a Tokota pulled from life far too young, and only through sheer force of will did it anchor itself to the living world, which meant no spirit, no Mjolnir, no Sirkunar could steal it. It's why none of the deities or spirits ever got their hands on it before. And so they required a living soul, one of you two, or both of you in this case, to bring it to them. Which is why they snatched you away in the manner that they did, and they tested you to make sure you had enough willpower to hold on to that spirit. Now, at the end of your journey, they wish to interfere in their own proposal of what would happen and who would you give the spirit to. I, of course, will allow you to make your choice as you see fit. I am a god of neutrality, of balance, and everyone has their own free will. You may give the spirit to Mjolnir, who will devour it, but he will give you the riches that he promised. You may give the spirit to Sirkunar, and it will stay forever in her graces protected, never moving on. Or I may offer you a third choice. At which point we're like, oh, there's a third choice.
Which, if we thought back to those dreams, there was more to it, but we didn't really remember it at the time because we kind of fell into the labyrinth.
Exactly. We didn't really understand what was going on. We were putting this together as we were going through the labyrinth.
Mm-hmm.
So we're like, oh, great and powerful Ipac. What's the third choice?
It was really said like that. Seb straight up bowed.
God with the big G's.
They're all God with the big G's, as you say it.
Okay, but maybe he's the big G-O-D.
Point.
And he tells us that if we want, he'll take the spirit. Like, we created a bond with sweet, sweet little Caesar.
Sweet, sweet little Zoom.
We created a bond with them, and if we want, he can use that bond to kind of like re-anchor him back to us. And have him be reborn.
And I mean, when he said it like that, it didn't really seem like much of a choice.
Yeah. We could never let Caesar be devoured by Mielenik.
Or, leave Zoom forever, in Sickernurk's graces, whatever that means.
Stuck as a little lonely spirit forevermore.
That just seemed kind of horrible.
And cruel. Also, we didn't really like her in that moment.
Definitely not.
And Sickernurk spoke up, and she was like, that was never a choice in this. You can't just interfere now. At which point, IPAC was like, but I can, when you broke the rules. And you took a chunk out of one of these Tokotas with your claws. And that's when Altair got his eyes back.
Weird, because I totally feel like I saw this all.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure he did. IPAC.
IPAC sees all.
And showed you all.
Yeah. So, that was intense.
Well, it wouldn't have been neutral or fair if you didn't see everything that was going on the same way I did.
That's true, because I couldn't have made the choice with the same level of information. Wow, he really does know his stuff.
Yeah, he does. And I feel like Mielenik was about to speak up and be like, but I didn't break the rules. At which point, like, my blood was bleeding on the ground, and he shut his mouth.
Yeah. Mouths.
And, yeah. So, we're standing there, and we look at each other, and that's when we remember that despite this shitty adventure, and all these horrible things happening, we are the best of friends.
Mm-hmm.
And we're the best of friends because sometimes we just know what the other one's thinking.
Yeah, there's like no way to explain it, but we just know.
We did. So in that moment, even though we did not agree on the name, so I guess he was technically Caesar hyphen Zoom.
Or Zoom hyphen Caesar.
Caesar hyphen Zoom sounds better.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does.
Ugh.
Okay, we think a lot alike. We both made the same choice at the exact same time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we opened our mouths and like syllable per syllable just like said it.
Yeah. We're going to give the spirit to IPAC.
It deserves better than either of the other two.
Yeah. She's going to keep it forever a child and never let it move on. He's going to eat it. There is no choice here. Caesar Zoom deserves better.
And it just felt right as we said it.
And so we did. We gave the spirit to IPAC, and I feel like he smiled at us.
I mean, like, I couldn't really see expressions on his face, but it felt like a smile.
It felt like he smiled at us. And then he nodded his head, and then he disappeared.
Actually, they all disappeared.
Yeah, I was real focused on IPAC, but Altair is right. They all just kind of poof, disappeared into sparkles.
Did they disappear or did we disappear? Because everything around us kind of disappeared.
Okay, so maybe actually we disappeared.
That would make more sense.
Yeah. And we had this puppy with us.
This little plain white puppy with, like, purple? Magenta?
I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. The colors kept changing on them between, like, purples and yellows and teals.
Mm-hmm. But little tiny puppy.
I looked down at it, and I knew right away that was my Caesar.
It was my Zoom.
No, it was my Caesar.
Zoom.
Okay, so we decided at that point in time that maybe we shouldn't keep calling it different names, so we had to actually agree on a single final name for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was like a 3-hour debate in and of itself.
Which you don't need to know all about. Also, on a bright note, we made it back from our hunting trip.
Yeah. We just kind of poofed in front of home.
Yep. Right back at the edge of our forest, in front of our glorious home that I had missed so much.
Oh my god, it was wonderful. Also, not in the least bit dusty, which makes me question how long we were gone.
It was weeks.
But we got in there and there's not even any dust settled because, you're just a little fastidious.
I'm a lot of fastidious.
So, you dust like every day.
I guess there wasn't any dust. Could we both just be right?
Yeah.
Let's just agree at this point in time that we're both right about everything that happened in this adventure. We were totally in sync and we never messed up.
Exactly. We never messed up, ever.
Never. We
never made
did
a bad
anything
decision.
bad.
Nope.
We did not pick a fight with the gods.
We did not...
Cuss out Sirkenurk.
We did not vandalize a shrine and literally piss on it.
We never did any of those things. This is a completely made-up story.
Completely made up. Mm-hmm.
We maybe shouldn't post this one.
Maybe not. Oh, shoot.
Oh, shit. I think I have it set up to auto-upload.